Today we're going to talk about the next generation WAF in version 6.2, which is just released. I'm Stéphane de Saint-Alban, DenyAll's Chief Marketing Officer, and today I'm joined by Jean-Philippe Antin.
Bonjour. Hello.
And Jean-Philippe is our International Plan Manager, and he'll be doing most of the talking after I'm done through the introduction. So at DenyAll, we talk about the next-gen WAF being our sort of longer-term objective of delivering best-of-breed solutions that combine the strength of all of our technologies. And so this milestone today, version 6.2, is an important one, as you will see, because we are moving towards that goal. And the main features or improvements that we're going to introduce today resolve around automation, improving detection and response, and enhancing monitoring and reporting. So this is the core of today's presentation. I will start and introduce the topic with answering the question, what's the next-gen WAF and why you need it? And then I'll come back for the conclusion. So, why you need a next-gen WAF? At DenyAll, we believe that web application firewalls have tremendously evolved in the last few years as a way to answer the need of businesses going digital. And we think the web application firewalls, next-generation technologies embedded in these products are really at the core of helping you answer the big question. And the big question is really what we're going to do about the fact that our businesses, whatever the vertical, are taking advantage of the cloud, of mobility, of profound trends such as social networking, and the fact that people are online, connecting and sharing information all the time, and expecting a lot of interaction with the businesses, whatever the industry is. And so really the question for us as security professionals is how can we support that agenda? How can we help the business go digital? How can we help the business reinvent itself and transform into something that's competitive and taking advantage of the trends and the expectations of consumers and businesses altogether? And we think the answer to that question is to enable people to safely create and share data. That's the mission that we've given ourselves in the last few years. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that means. What is enabling people to safely create and share information? First of all, we have to look at the environment. We have to think a little bit about what that means. Obviously, it means enabling people, and only the right people. The negative version of this is we don't want the bad guys to have access, or to reach access. But really, what this means is we need to be very cautious about how we handle the authentication process and also the ability to monitor how people use or abuse the rights they have been granted. In an environment where identities are going to be stolen, there's so many examples of that making the headlines. We know that identity usurpation is a big issue. The second aspect is, the way people are interacting with each other and accessing information is done through a variety of applications and devices and access points. So much so that really the browser is becoming the new operating system. We see a lot more recently of move to mobile applications backed by APIs and web services, becoming sort of the default or the primary means of interaction and access. And all of this is happening in the context of mobility that we are all familiar with, people are using the same apps or accessing the same data from inside and outside the corporate network. And we all know that from a security perspective, that creates a number of issues and concerns. Last and not least, all of this is happening in an environment that's moving at the speed of light, with an urge for many organizations to transform, to go digital, and to create a competitive advantage against their competitors. And so what that means is, new applications, web services, and mobile applications are not only being created day in and day out, they're also very updated very frequently. Continuous delivery is becoming a mainstream trend, and so there's a need beyond the need to secure those interactions to make that as seamless as possible, to automate the processes of securing those interactions. Security has to be embedded in the DevOps methodologies and processes that your organization uses. So really, when we said earlier that users are at the heart of the matter, what we mean by that is we need to take into consideration a couple of things. First, the context. Who is the person? What are their rights? Where are they connecting from, using what network or device? And then within the applications, whether they be web or mobile, what are they doing? Are they behaving or using the application in the same way they have been, or are they doing something unusual? Is that unusual access becoming a potential risk from a data leakage perspective? Or are they indeed attacking the application voluntarily or as a result of their identity being stolen? And so really the matter, the core of the issue nowadays is to monitor how people use their rights. And that means evaluating the behavior over time in the context, evaluate how trustworthy a person is, and as long as they're trustworthy, as long as we have a good level of trust that they are not going to do bad things, we should make that very easy for them. But obviously, we need to block attacks, and we need to prevent people from doing the wrong things, which may not be, as a result of their being wanting to attack, but bad behavior often comes from ignorance. So at DenyAll, we help you with a set of application security tools that have been designed and improved over the last 15 years to really address 4 key issues. The first we call detect is the idea that you need to identify and remediate vulnerabilities in your environment. If you don't do that, all of your other efforts in terms of securing that digital experiences are going to be more difficult. So Vulnerability Manager helps you detect and prioritize vulnerabilities, assign tickets to various members of your team, of your ecosystem, to make sure that you don't make the job of attackers easier by leaving the doors open. Second aspect is, with the protect keyword is, our web application firewall and web services firewall do, the job of blocking attacks and preventing identity usurpation and data leakage when it comes to human interactions, and also when it comes to machine-to-machine communications with their web services. They also, and that's how maybe we start to differentiate from traditional, first-generation web application firewall. They also are capable of going a step forward or a step, in terms of evaluating the user's behavior and scoring the level of trust that can be assigned to a given user. Third is connect. It's the idea that a web access manager component of the platform will help you ensure that the authentication policy to all your web applications is in good hands. That you are able to make sure that people authenticate to applications the way they should be, and at the same time simplify the process for users by providing single sign-on type of features. This is where the connection between Web Application Firewall and Web Access Management open new areas of cooperation in terms of adjusting the level of security to the context of the user. We call that adaptive authentication. And finally, the keyword manage is really at the heart of all your automation and operations needs. Deployment of these security controls needs to be automated. You need to be able to report, and also, which is one thing we're going to talk about later, you also need to be able to program the way the system is going to respond to a changing user behavior and context. And that's really going to be where the issue or where things really make a difference for your ability to deliver a secure digital environment. So the NextGen WAF, why you need it? Well, because it has some of the key, the key functions and requirements. First, the ability to discover and test applications, to prioritize environmental keys, to assign tasks, and the combination with the WAF is really, the virtual patching idea is really very powerful if you think about it, because it's the ability for DevOps teams to make sure as they progress through the delivery of an application that it's been tested and that the WAF's been fine-tuned to effectively protect the application while in production and through all the stages. Second, it's about protecting the apps, the services, web services, traffic, REST. So to make sure that we block attacks, and doing that using the various methodologies or techniques, negative and positive security, but also heuristics and advanced methods, and the ability to analyze the user's behavior in context. Third, simplify the life of users, make sure that they authenticate the way they should be based on the context. If I am connected through to the network, into an application via the network, the corporate network, the chances are I won't need to be bothered with a very complex authentication method. But if I am, trying to connect to that same application via an untrusted Wi-Fi connection, then that may be a good idea. And finally, all of this is done with a focus on making your life as a security administrator or as a DevOps team easier than ever before via automation features and via the very powerful workflow paradigm, which allows anybody to define the policy very visually, logically, and to be able to understand what is happening to the packets and to the request, depending, again, on the various inputs that we are receiving from the security engines, but also the authentication module and our user behavior analysis capabilities. All right, so I think my introduction was long enough. Jean-Philippe, why don't you take it away and talk about the first set of improvements we are making with this version 6.2 of DenyAll Web Application Firewall.
Thank you, Stéphane. So I'm going to talk now about some new functionalities that have been added in the new release, the version 6.2 that was released now this week. And you will see, and we'll go across those main features that we just provided to you, which is the application security automation that we added in the product. Number two is the new learning and validation for the HTTP and REST traffic. And finally, we'll talk about the new orchestration API that is as well embedded within the product. So if we move on to the application security automation, what we actually provided is we improve the number of applications that already exist in our fingerprint methodology. So the fingerprint is the ability for you to automatically identify the nature of a web application when you connect to it with your WAF system, and it will automatically suggest some kind of rules, the creation of the tunnel and the workflow as well that will be applied to it. When this is not required, you already have as well the ability to use existing templates within the product. So either you do the automatic detection, or you are able to use existing templates if you already know which type of application those already is the application that you are targeting to protect. We do have as well implemented in the product now, in the menu. If you go in the setup menu now, you have a new functions that will allow you to create sitemaps as well as import them. So the ability for you to either import directly your Apache access logs into the product, or if you're a Swagger user, then you will be able as well to import the Swagger file directly into the product, and you will have this your website map appearing in the product with the different operations that runs against the different URIs that will be registered. Of course, you can improve this configuration by using the learning logs collected as well, from some trusted sources. So that will improve definitely security within the product. And based on this new blocks, it had some more. If we see here, you will be able to use then this site validation as a block within your workflow, and being able to create some filters based on what you imported, and to automatically block bad requests going to wrong URLs. The new orchestration API. So within the product, you have as well now the ability to use automation. This API will give you the ability to create tunnels, to configure some reverse proxy. You will be able as well to do some configurations for your reverse proxy or for your tunnels using only this API. Basically, with the API, you will be able to use it, of course, on the WAF system. And the API itself can run on any Linux platform using PHP. So using the PHP, you will be able to run and to send some calls to our product, and all those calls will be computed by the product and create whatever you need, either a tunnel, or can be a reverse proxy, or can be configurations. So this is a very powerful tool that I guess all the people using virtual environments will be very happy to find, and it will improve, the scalability of the product. Let's focus a bit on how we can improve the detection and the response within the new release of this product. And for this, we definitely have imported into the new build the so well-known engine coming from the AirWeb product. And there is now 3 new items, which is the detection of the zero-day attacks with the new scoring list that we will see. the ability to chain several security engines now within your workflows if you create workflows. And of course, not the least, but the ability to ease the migration from for our web customers to the new DenyAll platform. So what about the scoring list? So the scoring list is much better than just simple patterns that will block, or regex rules that will block some attacks. It's actually more like a heuristic platform that will analyze the requests, and based on this analyze, will give some points, and based on the points and on the rates that you're gonna find out, a decision can be taken like it's dangerous for the system, so it should be blocked, or it's not dangerous for the system and we should allow it. So it is basically the reading of the HTML itself and the script that's within those HTML text. And based on this analyze, we can actually see if there is anything that's going to harm the system and should be allowed or not. That's
So it's important to understand that this technology has been running on our web for many years, and it's very, very efficient at detecting both known and unknown attacks. Back in the days when we implemented this, the engine had been learning some real customer data for 2 years. And really what that means is it's very efficient, it's proven, and in reality, a number of our customers who have been depending on this engine have not really changed anything. While it's fully customizable, you can change the weights that you assign to various components. A lot of our customers don't do that. So it's both efficient and very easy to rely on, because you don't need any updates or any learning. It's really very excellent from that perspective.
So based on this new powerful engine, the question is, can I use my XCX platform and engine and this new engine? So the answer is yes. You can actually now combine your existing workflows and add in this workflow now all the new engine that has been added in the product. And you can see the blocks available in the workflows on the picture, which is the normalization, the blacklist, and the scoring list that we just talked about. So the product is now, I think, ready to move on and add it in the future. Some more new engine as well coming from our platforms, like the grammatical analysis, like sandboxes. But you already have definitely an improvement of the security by this ability to chain, those different engines. Basically, you will have the same powerful ability to create policies, and you will have the ability to customize those policies with those new engines. So, how do we help our customer now to move from the our web platform to the new one? So, as you already understood, we imported those major engines from the our web platform to the new WAF platform. So you're going to have exactly the same normalization settings. You're going to have the same blacklist, scoring list, and security engine imported. So the exceptions that you created previously on your our web platform is going to be kept, and you will be able to run exactly the same policy that you're used to. So how does it work? Very simple. So what we did is we gave the ability of to our customers to actually import the our web backup. So you can see on the screen that in the regular backup process of the DenyAll WAF platform, you do have now the ability as well to point to our backup file. So when you will import this backup file, you will have the ability to actually select which configuration you would like to import and to apply within the product. And it will import the product. You will import as well all the exceptions that you've been creating. When this import is done, it doesn't mean that you can't change anything. You can still go back to the security menu in the scoring list configurations and fine-tune your already set configuration or your imported configuration. So it gives you definitely the ability to work with 3 new more engines for the existing DenyAll WAF customers. And for the legacy web customers, it just gives you the opportunity to keep on using your current setup with the powerful configuration of the workflows. Enhancing the monitoring and the reporting, so it was as well very important within the product. We already started with creating some new reports in the previous release, which was starting with the 6.x product. And now, within this new release, we're happy to introduce you to new KPIs that you will be able to track. Create your own top, like the top 10s of attacking IPs, top 10 of attacking countries, request URLs. That's where we are going to. There is as well the new functionality that you will be able to drill down into any reports. So you will take a pie chart, for example, and select some information into it, and you will drill down to the details, or you can drill down to a specific time. And so it improves the usage of the information already gathered by the product. For that, we had to change the database that was used, and now we're using a new platform using NoSQL. Right now, what is in this release is only the traffic, so it's a bit, let's say, limited to that. But all information regarding security is coming soon, and you do have as well the security information in another report that already exists as well, and that is web-based. So what you should notice in order to use this new functionality is you need some power. So what we recommend you is to have at least a dedicated device with 8 cores and 16 gig of RAM, just to be able to use this new service with the best usage of it. Let's see a bit more on how looks the new report. So here you have nice screenshot of the platform. So as you can see, it's web-based, fully web-based. And you have dashboards that you can even modify if you want to. And on any dashboard, you can actually click and drill down to some more information. You already have as well information given on the bottom part of the page. So whenever you click on something, you select anything on the top of the page, then at the bottom you will have some more information given, and if you would like to drill down, you can select an area, you can click on a specific item, and you will have some more information given immediately by the product. So the improvement in this particular areas has been huge within the product.
All right, thank you, Jean-Philippe, for introducing those new features. As a conclusion, I'd like to sort of wrap up and tell you why we think that the DenyAll approach is really going to be a major help for you. At DenyAll, we have been working towards this next generation WAF agenda or objective for a long time, and now we are with this version 6.2. We're in a position to really demonstrate and give you the benefits of both words, the security improvements that come from the investments we've made in the last many years in this area, both DenyAll and the companies that we acquired before, with positive and negative security, and now heuristics, very soon grammatical analysis and sandboxing in the upcoming version. All the work we're doing with web services and adaptive authentication with the WAM module, the recently introduced user reputation scoring mechanism, which allows you to program how the system is going to respond to a user behavior, changing user behavior. And then on the usability side, with the automation features that Jean-Philippe presented a few minutes ago, the new HTTP and REST learning and validation capabilities, the new Orchestration API, and the workflow engine, which is really this very simple yet powerful approach to managing the WAF. We think we are delivering something, a platform that's really very powerful and will help you achieve the goal. So I'll finish with a couple of advices. Why or how can you build an effective digital security strategy? And this, I'll start with the first thing is you need to invest in application security. Many customers come to us with questions about whether they can achieve the goal of securing, writing a secure digital environment with network-based or network security-focused tools. The truth is, while they have some capability, they will not be able to see and block all of the application layer attacks, or be able to do anything about users misbehaving or misusing their rights. The second thing is, really, if you have to prioritize based on business risk, start with patching. It's really the most important thing you can and you should be doing, and you could do that in a way that really leverages, maximizes the return on investment from a time perspective, because patching takes time. And we, with the combination of scanning and WAF, scanner and WAF is really a very powerful one to make sure that when you put your applications in production, they are you are maximizing the chances, minimizing the chances of the applications being hacked. Improving attack detection is the third advice. Using advanced technologies, the heuristics we talked about, the grammatical analysis that we'll be describing in a few months when we introduce version 6.3. All of the technologies that we've developed in the last few years, that go beyond basic signature detection, and it's critical to avoid having a false sense of security, avoid false positives, which aren't good for the business, and also avoid evasion, because basic protection is very easy to be evaded. Fourth, automate the response. Having a good pulse on what's happening and how people are behaving, and being able to adjust the policy automatically, meaning making sure that we're talking to the person who they pretend to be, but also being able to change the level of access depending on the context of their connecting to the application. All of this can be done programmatically with the workflow, with the APIs, to make sure that your system is adaptive, and it takes into account the context of the user and the business risks, the risk that your business is running. And finally, final advice is really make use of these tools, scanning tool, WAF, throughout the software development lifecycle in your organization. As security professionals, invite yourself into DevOps teams or meetings, become the DevSecOps team, or make sure that the DevOps teams understand and value the benefits of having no discontinuity between the environment in which they're developing and the environment in which the applications will eventually be deployed. And finally, if I need to sum up things, let's say prioritize your investment, look at the business, the risk that your business is running, patch vulnerabilities. Did I say that before already? Protect from attacks, and preferably do that using modern technology that is able to effectively detect attacks. Probably the most important point: make security easy for people. Anything you do to make the life of users easier is going to improve your ability to deliver a secure digital experience. And finally, making it easier doesn't mean you leave them alone to do bad things. So monitoring users' behavior is critical, and you can do that. You can do all of these things with our next generation web application firewall. All right, so let's take a look if we have any questions and if we can answer them. All right, at this time there are no questions. Feel free to use the chat room if you have any. We'll move on to next steps while you're thinking about your questions. A few suggestions. If you want to learn more about version 6.2, you can read the press release. If you're new to the DenyAll WAF, check out the 10-minute demo we just pushed on our blog. It gives you a good sense of what the strength of the platform is, in complement to what we described this morning. If you're interested in testing DenyAll WAF 6.2 and you're already a partner or customer or in prospect with access to our portal, mydenyall.com, go there. If you want to do that on Azure, you can also subscribe to the product on there from the Azure Marketplace, and we put the link here for you. Finally, test driving Vulnerability Manager is also a good idea, and there's a lot more resources you can read or listen to on our website, so don't hesitate to do that. Since we don't have a lot of questions today, I'm thinking that means we've been pretty clear. I think it's time for us to thank you and say goodbye.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stefan. It was great. And, goodbye.
Have a good day.